Hello again everyone and welcome back to Active Retro. My name is James and in this video, we're continuing on with our review of the Rampage, the movie line by Lanard Toys. Today's subject is the deluxe Big City Brawl set that includes Ralph, a bus, and a generic soldier. Can this canine stand up to the quality of the other figures in this line, or is this big bad wolf just plain bad? Let's find out. The packaging for each of the Big City Brawl sets is nearly identical to one another. Each has the same long rectangular shape and the same large open window that starts on the left side and wraps its way around to the front. The same artwork is recycled on the top and front of the box, which is fine because it's cool looking artwork. The back of each box gives a brief synopsis of the film and also highlights the included monster, detailing the jaw-chomping action feature and the articulation. We'll take a look at the box contents individually, starting with the bus. This chunk of vehicle is approximately 7 inches long and is rife with sculpt and painted details. A broken windshield, deep scratches, and teeth marks all lead to the believability of this bus having been tossed around like a plaything. There are several chunks that can be taken off and put back on the bus, just in case you want to trash it even more. In terms of scale, the bus is a little wonky. It seems to be about the appropriate size when compared to Ralph, thinking that he would be as large as a whole bus. When compared to 3 3/4 inch figures, the bus either seems a little small or the humans appear a little large. Either way, the bus still serves its purpose as a fun and functional piece that adds a little extra to the play value of the set. Moving on, we'll briefly cover the genetic containment division agent that's included in the set. This human does not appear to be based on any particular character in the film, and is instead just a generic soldier that was recycled from Lanard's The Corpse line of GI foes. The figure has 3 points of articulation and comes with 2 small guns. Overall, the figure is fine. No one is buying this box set for the human figure anyways, so I think it's fair to give the lack of articulation and paint details a pass. This time. The last piece of the Big City Brawl set is, of course, Ralph. This large wolf measures around 13.5 inches long and is roughly 7 inches tall. Overall, Ralph is an impressive figure, having a quality of sculpted and painted details that neither I or anyone else should expect at the $15 price point. There are some nice gradients going on with the fur on the face and underbelly, and I do appreciate when a company takes the effort to actually paint the tongue and teeth. Ralph has a long and thin build, but there is still a lot of muscle definition in the legs and body. The head, body, and legs are cast in a hard plastic that appear to be of decent quality. The spines along the back and the tail are made of a softer plastic, making them a little less prone to snapping off or poking someone. Ralph has 9 points of articulation, including 3 in each front leg, 1 in each rear hip, and the tail. Despite these joints, Ralph really only has one pose that looks right, due to the back legs that are a solid piece. Yes, they can bend forward and back at the hip, but the inability to bend or adjust the rest of the leg can lead to the figure becoming off balance. Some of my issues with posability could have been corrected by putting the front legs on a ball joint at the shoulder. Ralph has a very narrow chest, and by giving the front legs the ability to bend out from the body could have helped with standing and posing. Ultimately, however, I do feel that Lanard made the right decision by designing the front legs the way they did. Putting the shoulder on a different kind of joint would have taken away from the otherwise smooth, natural flow of this sculpt and design. It is also worth noting at this point that Ralph has no exposed screw holes on either side of his body, keeping the organic appearance of the figure uninterrupted. Lastly, Ralph does have a jaw-chomping action feature, as noted several times on the box. This isn't some fancy mechanical or electronic feature, but instead, a manual one. Pushing down on the neck behind the head will open the jaw, pulling up on the neck will close the jaw. It's that simple. Overall, it's really hard to say anything bad about Ralph. I personally would have paid $15 just for the wolf itself, but considering for that price you also get a vehicle, I say that loosely, and another figure to go along with it, now that's even better. I'll say it in this review and I'll say it again. Lanard Toys really seem to step up their game with these Rampage figures. If you are worried about this line based on your experience with or watching reviews of their 2017 King Kong offerings, I ask you to give the Rampage toys a chance. Even if the Rampage movie is a CGI dumpster fire, we still got some pretty cool looking toys out of it, and that means it was worth it. If you like Rampage or big ol' kaiju in general, give this line a shot. All the Rampage figures, of course, are a Walmart exclusive in the United States, but you should be able to find these pretty easily for their retail price. This has been a review of the Walmart exclusive Big City Brawl Ralph set from the Rampage the Movie toy line by Lanard Toys. If you enjoyed this review, please hit like or check out the reviews playlist on the Active Retro channel. Feel free to leave your thoughts or questions down below in the comments and I will field them to the best of my abilities. More Rampage reviews are coming, of course, so please hit that subscribe button to follow along, and if you get the chance, find me over on Instagram at Active Retro. Thank you for watching. You know, Ralph makes a really good stand-in for Fenris from Thor Ragnarok. He's just about the right scale for Marvel Legends. It looks pretty damn good next to Hela. Aren't multi-purpose figures great?